morning, Anambra, and would like to apologize for the heat is being experienced here, and that's why we're starting the way we are starting today. Not to worry, it's the first day in the month of July, and we're so delighted to be in the house this morning. Welcome to the show. My name is Monye Mokoye.
And I'm very Uguna. It's so glad, and it's good to have you here. The 1st of July. The year is actually running. We've got some few months away.
Part of the year have gone, and we are in the later part of the year.
And God has been faithful.
Yes,
very faithful.
And this is welcoming you to the topic that says, all right, we'll be looking at the topic, like I told you earlier, that we raise issues of importance here, as it affects us, and try to look at it and how to go from here. We're going to look at promoting road safety in Anambra State. Promoting road safety in Anambra State. In the studio this morning, we have the Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Anambra State, Mr. Andrew Komabai. We're glad to have you in the studio, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, according to Sunday Vanguard investigations and analysis of data released by the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, and the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, every 4 hours, no fewer than 2 lives are lost in Nigerian roads. And every year, about 20,000 of the 11.654 million vehicles in the country are involved in accidents. Whose fault is this? That brings me to the first question. You've heard what you said.
Yes,
and
thank you.
What are the causes of these fatalities on Nigerian roads?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, let me greet our viewers and let me wish them happy new month, especially the good people of Anambra State. Yes. Generally, there are 3 major causes, let's just say, responsible for road traffic crashes in the country. And they are attributed to human factor, mechanical, and environmental. And the human factor constitutes about between 80 to 85% of the causes of those sorts of traffic crashes. And if I have to analyze it, like I said, human factor, we talk of overconfidence on the part of the driver, it's really theft, strictly to the driver. When you talk of human factor, you talk of overconfidence, talk of tiredness, non-proper maintenance of vehicles, etc. These are the things that is responsible for the rate of road traffic crashes on Nigerian roads. You can see from the analysis of the data that I just read. It is, in Anambra, I'm going to be limiting my own remarks to Anambra State. Here in Anambra State, the rate of road traffic crashes is not as so enormous like what is applicable in other states. The challenge we have here in Anambra has to do with articulated vehicles. I'm talking of trucks, okay, tankers, and co. When I resumed in January, the rate of crashes involving such type of vehicle was high. Scarcely can a week goes by where you don't see tanker accident or or trucks accident like that. Pattern ones, like the one that occurred, Anambra, roundabout, that a lot of people got burnt. But I want to tell you that we are able to reduce the rate down. Now what you have is just what they call it breakdowns along the roads, and that's notwithstanding. so that I don't, deviate from the question you asked.
Okay. Now we are talking about promoting road safety.
Yes.
In Anambra State.
Yes.
And you've given us some examples of the fatalities we have in the state.
Yes.
And now, what are your office doing to ensure that we don't have these fatalities?
Yes. The strategy we used was stakeholders collaboration. What we did, the first thing, when we noticed that the rate of road traffic crashes involving this such type of vehicles going higher in the state, we met with the stakeholders, the LUPENG, the transport unions, and we have to meet and discuss how to curb such negative trends. They too agree with us that there's a need for them to stem down, the rate of road traffic crashes involving articulated vehicles. And we felt we would not fold our hands and allow innocent citizens to be dying daily on that road. Because you see a truck running to a beat-up area, or you see tankers carrying the petroleum products. I'm saying now, having a crash. And we found out that the owners of those trucks are not very mindful of the maintenance, of such vehicles. And we now decided that we're going to clamp down on them. The first aspect was to meet with the stakeholders, tell them this was, and we now started with special patrol operations, which we now use to clamp down on them. And we'll be able to impound close to 300 trucks. We have said now, and you can see that the rate has gone down. What we normally have now is just a breakdown, and which is attributable to proper lack of maintenance of such vehicles. And again, we do what we call sensation of monitoring public. We go to the parks. Every morning our staff are detailed to go to all those parks to talk to the drivers. The need for them to obey traffic rules and regulations on the road, and the need for them to be conscious. You have said now what is expected of them while flying the highway.
Okay, I have a question to ask. I don't know if I was supposed to ask this question earlier. I'm going to take you back a bit to the former state sector commander, Mr. Sunday Ajayi. We in Anambra State, we know how far and how well he worked while he was alive, as regarding promoting, road safety in Anambra State.
Yes.
Now, ever since you assumed office, how would you rate the performance you met on ground, and what are you doing right now to become better? That's one. Secondly, there's this issue with people whenever they're involved in road accidents or injuries and stuff like that, they end up reporting to the police instead of the FRSC. Now, research shows that 38% of these cases, they report to the police, and 23% reports to FRSC. But why is it so? Why is it that whenever there are accidents and injuries, people run to the police instead of the FRSC?
Right. Thank you very much. Well, let me, on your first question, the late Senior Commander has done very well here in the state. In fact, it's quite unfortunate that the death just came like that. And we pray that we don't recall such negative incidents again. And may so rest in peace. Well, he has done very well here in Anambra State. In fact, what I met on ground, he has a very good, wonderful relationship with all relevant stakeholders here. And he has been able to at least bring FRSC limelight in Anambra State based on even the comments and what I met on ground. Now, on my own has to do with the enforcement. You know, everybody has his own, what they call it. My own is fully enforcement. And I want to tell you that I've been able to improve on the performance, especially concerning the enforcement of traffic rules and regulations in the state, which I'm still building on it. That's saying now, because I know he has done very well in the area of public education, sensitization of the motoring public, but the aspect I felt is lacking is how to be the enforcement of the traffic rules, which I believe at least we are doing well in that respect. Then secondly, you have a question concerning the issue of people reporting to the police where the crash occurred. Well, maybe let me just say here, FRC is not fully covered. It's not fully covered in the state. What I'm saying is that the police have a wide range of offices. You know what I'm saying now? That covers all the nooks and corners of the state, all the local government. Usually can you find at least a DPU police. You know what I'm saying now? Which they are easily accessible, like in case of road traffic crashes. But that's notwithstanding. Our own is on the major roads where are men, and we have our call emergency call number, which is 122, which we believe that if there's an issue of crash, you call that number, and we'll be able to respond. That's what I'm saying now.
All right. Now,
the issue of
we've talked so much about rules on road safety, and you will agree with me that when you look at the way our people uses the road, it seems some of us don't really know about these rules. When you talk about overloading, when you talk about the way the heavy trucks use the roads. So let us actually get to understand these rules that are supposed to govern every person while on the road.
Yes, thank you very much. One thing, before you ply the road as a driver, you must be a licensed driver. One thing is that we have found out is that most of those people that are plying the road, they don't obey traffic rules and regulations. And the major thing is when you're on the road, what is expected of you as a driver. The first thing when you are leaving the house or you're starting your vehicle after your parade, the first thing, ensure your belt is on. You know what I'm saying now? You start your vehicle, you are on the road. Speed limits within beat up areas, you must obey them. You're not expected to be in a street area that is not supposed to be more than 45 kilometers per hour. That's first thing.
45?
Yes, 45. That's speed 45 kilometers or 60 kilometers. You don't overspeed the beat up area. Then secondly, lane discipline. Our people lack lane discipline. They hop from one lane to the other, one that of the road. Let's take for example now the expressway, a double carriageway. You stay on the right lane. You don't have to say that while driving. But you find that people stay on the left lane, which is the lane for overtaking. I'm saying now, these are what we call lanes that people need to know. Then again, when you are approaching a roundabout, you need to give traffic you wait and give way to traffic coming on your left. But people don't know that. So I'm saying that they just jump. You know what I'm saying now? On the way.
I said we should talk about
and there's a lot like that. That these are part of our enlightenment, the session that we are doing now. What we are doing, my style of selection has gone away from using the print media. We are now going to the grassroots. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, we go to mechanic workshop, we go to markets to talk to the motoring from the yes, we have a one-on-one talk with them on what is expected of them while blind. This is time, and it has been working perfectly well for us.
All right, let's quickly go to if you really look at, you talk about people trying to obey, people should obey the rules and regulations of the road. But time and time again, we've seen cars, lorries, these big trucks overloading that causes issues on the road, and of course that can lead to accidents. What have you been able to do to curb this?
Yes, I told you earlier. Apart from talking to them,
this is an example.
Yes, apart from talking to them, the enforcement is still on. There's no. Let's take for Odisha, for example. It's a thing that has still baffled us that in spite of our enforcement on, clamping down on them on a daily basis, they still overload that. What it does now is they will allow us to, during close hours, they will allow FRC to be off the road before you now see them in the evening. And we are planning that again now to even wait for them in that evening. You know what I'm saying? That so that we'll be able to clamp down on such vehicles that are carrying overloading. We intend to liaise with our sister agencies. We are starting that program in the next 1 week. You know I'm saying that part of the program we want to pass out this issue of overloading. It's a nice song for us. I will keep on clapping on them.
All right, there's this saying in this Igbo parlance that says, Adam market the Nanka, that you don't begin to learn what you're supposed to learn when you were young in the old age. And we've had a program earlier that's on road signs.
Yes.
And somebody called into that program and requested that if it would be possible that road signs and safety could be taught from our primary school.
Yes.
What do you have to say about this?
Yes, thank you very much. I think FRC, in fact, we worked on that. At the federal level, I'm aware that the Council of, what they call it, this Council of Education has approved road safety to be part of the curriculum. Yes. I think, I remember during the last meeting that took place, I think Calabar, so I think it was ratified. But I know something is being done in respect of that. And I believe that they will circulate it throughout all the states for implementation. But that's notwithstanding. We have what we call road safety clubs. You know that the FRC tried to establish in all primary schools. And in all those schools where we have those safety clubs, we sent our men from time to time to go there to educate the children on road signs. Road signs is part of the talking and other safety messages, so that the children can catch them. You know what I'm saying? And can build it up in them, inculcate such wonderful safety habits. You know what I'm saying now? Especially as they grow up in their schools. Then again, there is a program where we're planning now with. We are working with the State Ministry of Education, with the Commissioner. We intend to have for schools that are located very close to the major road. We intend to have a zebra, what they call it, markings on those. You remember the sad incident that occurred about a month or two ago, whereby a vehicle crutches around the side. Some children died. We felt there's a need for us to do something about it. And
that happened in
Oba, yes, that we need to even educate the children, that's now, on road signs and other safety messages, so that probably they can be better road users. Especially
all right. To follow up to that, on that question, still talking about the road sign, what are measures that have been put in place to refresh drivers' memory as regarding the highway code?
Yes.
What are measures that FRC have put in place? Because why I ask this question is, when you're driving on the road, you don't just drive for yourself.
Yes.
You drive for other road users.
Yes.
A lot of people have lost their life because somebody else was careless, not them.
Yes.
So what is the FRC doing to refresh the memories of drivers that see, this is what you need to do when you're on the highway?
Thank you very much. Now, what we have put in place, like I told you, let's take for examples. This is one of the ways. When we apprehend you, you know what I'm saying now, you are issue a ticket. Before you are released, we will educate you and tell you, this is your offense. This is what is expected of you. You know what I'm saying now? Then before you are allowed to pay, and then you go without your vehicle. And again, from time to time, we conduct trainings for the unions, the transport unions here, all the fleet operators in the state, all transport unions. We gather them together, whereby we train them on the highway code, what is expected of them. Like what we even planning now, like the shuttle buses. The now shuttle buses, that's a program coming up now, because we have a meeting, we want to train them to. All of them will gather there, we'll be able to train them so that they can be a better driver. And what we use is the highway code. You know what I'm saying now? Because that highway code is very essential, because it is what will guide them on how to make use of the road.
All right, now I would like us to go practical about what we see on our roads on a daily basis. And sometimes it's as if the Federal Road Safety are just out there for the money.
No.
From road users. Now, what is the physical thing you see? For instance, somebody that is driving, coming, and is not putting up maybe
seatbelts. Yes.
The physical things that you will see, and you know that you need to stop this vehicle and check.
Yes, yes. For example, if a vehicle is going, you don't just stop vehicle anyhow. They have been trained unless that vehicle must have committed an offense. When the vehicle is coming, if that person is not using seatbelt, you know, or the number plate, you don't have a good number plate, or the vehicle is overloaded, you will know. You know what I'm saying now? There's no way an operator will be going now. When you sight, you will know that vehicle is overloaded, then you stop that vehicle. Or a vehicle facing one way. That's a road violation. You know what I'm saying now? You stop that vehicle. So these are the things that our men are trained to see before you stop. You don't just stop. It's not that you just stop a vehicle anyhow. You know what I'm saying now?
What I'm saying is that I've experienced it personally. You know, there's need to for a road user to know actually when he or she is fault, so that when you are stopped, you know, you won't speak offense that you are stopped. Then the issue of using a FRSC vehicle to block, you know, a motor that refuses to stop or something like that, this happens on a daily basis. So,
well, the issue of using the FRSC vehicle to block, we have our operational guidelines, which is expected of us. When we have some cases coming to us, or we normally sanction such officers. That's it now. Let's take for example that when you see a patrol team, the guidelines says you don't stop more than 2 vehicles. So like you know what I'm saying now, but when you see so many vehicles, then it's against our
your job is supposed to be a two-way thing. You are serving the public. And when the public is not, does not understand
and let me just say this to you, like I'll still explain to you. Stopping a vehicle for a traffic offense is not a do or die affair. There's other ways we can use to even apprehend that person. The number plates are there. We have the database. It's not a matter of, for example, now, if that vehicle refuses to stop, you don't need to use a vehicle to block that vehicle. You don't take down the number plate. I've seen that been trained. And you check. They have tablets, iPad with them. It's not a matter of entering that plate and the information on the person that next time will come out.
I think
this is
in the Western world.
No, he has said that, and I think this is good, but do your men know this? Because it has been reported over time that there are times when the federal road safety officers that are on duty would want to stop a vehicle because the vehicle has violated one order or, you know, has gone against the law. And they refuse to stop. The FRSC officers would go after this vehicle, and because they refuse to stop, it may cause an accident and people could die in the process. Do your men know this? Or are there other, like you said, other ways of apprehending?
Let me say this. They are quite aware of this. And when we have such incidences, maybe it's very minute, we sanction them. But give us sanctions. Not just give us sanctions. It's what the monitoring body does not know. If you do that and you work against what the operational guidelines say, we sanction you. And the sanction is establishment of appointment. Beautiful, I'm telling you. It's as grievous as that. Because you are not supposed to, we have said it times and number. Why do we have the database of all the vehicles in the country?
That means you have to bring your searchlight more,
especially
bridge there. It's important. Now, for the benefit of our viewer, would like to you to enlighten us more on the road signs.
And again, and the passage. Let me just add. I'm not finished. Let me just based on the question he asked. Okay. Then the negative perception of the public against FRSC, because they always believe that if a vehicle have a crash, it's because of road safety. There's one incident that happened almost 2 weeks ago now, and I saw it. I was in Mopti, very close to that cutter. I was washing my personal car very closely before that unity gunshot, and I stood that I was discussing with somebody. A vehicle, overloaded vehicle was going. On searching FRC in front, because of the overloaded vehicle, turned. As it was turning, the vehicle now ran into it. And that was a crash. The driver ran away immediately. He knew what he had done. started running. And people gather. They say it's road safety that was pursuing. Meanwhile, even the road safety personnel that were about almost 100 meters away, they are not even aware of what happened there. But it was that one because of he knew what he did, and he was running away from there. And that's the essence of people. It's not every now and then that have this notion that emphasis are the cause of pursuing. Let me just say to you, if any team in FRC pursue an offender, all the 4 members of the team will be sacked.
All right, now
Yes.
quickly, for want of time, let's talk about the road signs.
Yes.
For the benefit of our viewers,
Thank
tell
you very
us,
much.
there are some signs that will be shown on the screen now.
Yes.
Tell us what they stand for.
Yes. Is there? You look at it. The road closed. If you see that kind of sign, that means that there's no further exist for that road.
Which one? The first one?
Yes, on your left side. Yes. There.
Got a narrow road left
Yes.
ahead.
Yes.
Yes, and you've got the narrow road.
You see, narrow road ahead shows that the road is going to diminish into a very narrow road. That's what it's showing, that I should be very careful. For example, now when you are going at a speed of, let's say 90 km/h, when you see that sign, you need to reduce or see that. Now, the example that is always there, when you have a double carriageway to a single carriageway, you see such a sign being placed. You have to say that so that you are going to a narrow road now, then you need to be very careful. Then, the other one shows narrow road right ahead. Right ahead is the same thing, you know. That's on the right.
We know because time is really not our friend.
I think I need to. Maybe
Yes, time is really not our friend. We cannot take all, but
yes.
Of course, you can actually tell the public, the viewers, people who want to learn how to drive, where they have to go.
Yes. We have driving schools now. Certified driving schools. No, it's a private thing where before you get your driver's license.
Okay.
As a fresh applicant, you must go to a certified driving school. We have a list of those certified driving schools whereby all these signs can be taught. And again, if we have that facilities, you know what I'm saying now, you can come to us. We have public environment officers that will guide you and show you those signs. If anybody wants to come, it's free. Come to FRS office. The services we are offering free of charge. The motor public. Whosoever.
All right. We'd like to appreciate you so much, Mr. Andrew.
There's one information I want to pass across. I don't know. I'll use this.
Quickly, you can do that in 20 seconds.
Please. From the 1st of August 2019, we'll be clamping down on the kekes or cycles, those that have number plates. Please, I want to advise them, please, they should ensure that they register their vehicle. A lot of kekes and motorcycles that are applying the road without proper registration. Please, they should ensure they do so before 1st of August.
All right. Thank you so much. Our Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, Anambra State Command, Mr. Andrew Kumambai. Thank you for coming on the show.
God bless you.
Thank you for enlightening us.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, viewer, for watching. Do stand by because we have more coming on the Morning Anambra Show. Thanks for your time.